when you get a guy like Emilio Pagan back there, and does that kind of help you talk about stabilize things a little bit maybe moving forward?
Yes. Yeah. Now, there's some caveats to that. We've been in our pen so much, and we certainly don't want him pitching the seventh inning in a mop-up game, but we've kind of gotten to a point in a lot of these games where we're having to pitch guys we don't want to. So we got to get a little deeper so we can use him the right way.
Dane Myers goes crashing into the wall yesterday. A scary play, no doubt, but the fact that he's back in the clubhouse, even though he's on the injured list, back in the clubhouse with his teammates today, how much does that speak to his toughness and probably how fortunate he was?
Just what you said. I mean, that was like a car accident. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen somebody hit a wall that hard. And I mean, the fact that he hung on the ball, I can't believe it. And you know how long it takes me to get out there because I can't run. And he still, when I got out there, I wasn't really sure he knew where he was.
How's he doing today?
He's really sore. That AC joint is probably the sorest thing. He's got some blood or hematoma, some words that I probably don't understand. And I think they're also trying to be cognizant that as this progresses, they want to keep an eye on things. I remember last year when Callahan hit the wall in Atlanta, then, a month later they saw something else. So we got to keep an eye on him.
That's Reds manager Terry Francona. Reds look to even the series with Milwaukee coming up shortly.
Tatsuya Imai facing 6 lefties tonight. Imai ahead 1-2. And he gets a swing and a miss. Down goes McGonigal to start this one. Tatsuya picks up where he left off last start. Torkelson down on strikes. Imai, after that fancy play, picks up his 3rd strikeout for the second out of the inning. Swing and a miss. How about Imai tonight? Looking strong. He is matching Troy Melton. 4 strikeouts and no hits through 2 for both pitchers.
Somebody probably wants to hear about an Oral Hershiser card, and this is an odd one. Because how many times do you see somebody placing sod at an AstroTurf field in Pittsburgh? I asked the groundskeeper at Dodger Stadium to cut me out some turf, and we traveled with our grass, so that momentum, that vibe from Dodger Stadium, and we started to win on the road. So the nickname, the Sod Squad.
Looking for the best team in the American League? You got to go to Tampa.
And the Rays have won another.
The Rays are cooking, and they're doing it with their own special recipe. It starts on the mound where Drew Rasmussen, Steven Matz, Nick Martinez, and Big Mac Shane McClanahan are holding it down.
And a big swing and miss. He got him with the hard stuff.
This rotation is just suffocating opposing hitters, pitching to a sub-3 ERA backed by a lights-out bullpen. At the disc, Junior Caminero is proving he's an elite middle-of-the-order masher.
And that one's gonna go! Home run, Caminero!
And don't sleep on Jonathan Aranda and Yandy Diaz bats either. Those 3 have combined to drive in more than 90 runs already this season. Playing in the same division as the Yankees, Tampa will need to maintain their momentum. Maybe even kick it up a notch. But this season's Rays seem to be up to any challenge.
The Reds are on the radio.
Reds baseball is brought to you by AAA. At home or on the road, we've got you covered. Bar S Foods, quality meats that are just right. From hot dogs and sausage to deli meats and more, Bar S is just right. Western and Southern Financial Group, life insurance, retirement, and investments. Tri-Health, the official healthcare provider for the Cincinnati Reds. Kroger, fresh for everyone. PNC, the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds. Reds baseball is also brought to you by
On the radio.
This is the Reds Radio Network.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal, book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Think a printer is just a printer? Think again. Today's multifunction printers store sensitive data, connect to your network, and can be a prime target for hackers. At Modern Office Methods, Cincinnati's authorized RICO dealer, they help you secure your devices with advanced encryption and authentication controls. Mom protects your data with automated deletion of stored documents and detects threats in real time with built-in security alerts. Visit momnet.com to secure your print environment today. Modern Office Methods, secure technology for a secure workplace.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Baseball is better with a group. Reds fans, you can save big when you bring your group of 15 or more to a game. Grab your friends and family and check a Reds game off your summer bucket list. Looking to entertain your clients or employees? Treat them to a major league.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman, hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out.
A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
He's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
He really showed the Reds pretty good, maybe the best outing that they've seen all year long. Over 6 innings, he did not walk a batter. He gave up 1 hit. He struck out 10, throwing the ball in the upper 90s with a great breaking ball. Let's hope he does not bring the same stuff to the mound tonight.
First pitch on the way is a fastball cut on and missed for strike 1, and we are underway. First pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. 92 degrees is our TempStar game time temperature tonight. Get complete home comfort with a TempStar heating and cooling system. Find your local TempStar dealer at tempstar.com. Fastball at 98 off the outside corner to the left-handed hitting Ellie De La Cruz. Switch hitter up there from the left side against the right-handed throwing Sproat. Now he's home with the 1-1. And Ellie will watch a fastball over the outside corner for a called strike. 1-2 now on De La Cruz. Ellie's hitting .267, 13 home runs, 40 driven in. He's got hits in each of his last 2 games, including a home run yesterday, a 2-run shot. 1-2 pitch. Ellie reaches for it, fouls it into the net behind home on a good fastball from Sproat at 99. Sproat making his 14th start of the year. He's pitching for the 16th time. Right-hander readies, and now here he comes with a 1-2 to De La Cruz. He goes the other way with a fly ball, hit pretty well, but Churio's got a beat on it as he backs up to make the catch. Here's how the Brewers line up defensively tonight. On the infield is David Hamilton at third, Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, with Bryce Terang playing second, and Jake Bowers over at first. The outfield, Jackson Churio's in left. Garrett Mitchell plays center with Sal Frelick and right. William Contreras, Sproat's battery mate today. One man out, and the batter is Sal Stewart. 254 with 15 home runs and 57 driven in. First pitch to Sal is fastball strike over the inside corner, 0-1. Stewart has hit safely in 5 straight, 8 for 22. That's a 364 mark over that time. We've already got a challenge. Sal thought it was outside. And survey says not outside. Excuse me, he thought it was low, and it was low. It was well low. That flips it to a 1-0 count on Sal Stewart. I say well low, about a little over an inch. 1-0 the count on Stewart. Sproat turns it loose. Stewart goes the other way. A rocket to right, hit deep. Frelick back. He turns, looks, it's gone. Sal Stewart, a laser out of here to right to put the Reds on top 1-0 in the first.
Well, Sal Stewart is so dangerous when you pitch him a couple of pitches of the same speed back to back, and you throw the second one on the outer part of the plate. He loves to go the other way. It was a sinking fastball from Sproat in the upper 90s. That's not fast enough to get by Sal.
And now J.J. Bleday will come to the plate. Sproat turns it loose, and the pitch to Bleday is a fastball cutter, a little bit low on the outside corner.
Wouldn't be surprised to see the Reds a little bit aggressive against Sproat early in the count. That's when you get the heater.
Sproat to the plate, and it's swung on, and that's fouled back. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on J.J. Bleday. 1 for 3, walked and also grounded into a double play yesterday. He's hitting .242, 13 home runs. He's knocked in 37. The 1-1. And it's off the outside corner. Changeup floats away. Bleday ahead in the count now. 2 balls and a strike. Sproat loves the fastball. The 2-1. And Bleday watches a changeup in there for a called strike. That'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sproat went 6 innings of shutout baseball, only allowed 1 hit, punched out 10. That was his last start. It was at Great American Ballpark, and now the 2-2 pitch, swinging and a miss, got a fastball by Bleday. And Chris, when you look at a pitcher like Sproat, he had all that success against the Reds. It's really difficult to have back-to-back really good outings against the same team, isn't it?
You always go back to what Tom Seaver used to say, Tommy, about once every 5 times you go out there with that kind of stuff, where everything just works for you. All the other 4 times you go out there, you've got to really work at it. And he may have a good fastball today, but maybe the command's not there. Maybe the slider's not there. He's already given up a hit and a home run.
First pitch fastball to Eugenio Suarez sinks low. Ball 1, 1-0 on Suarez. Now the 1-0 pitch and a big swing at a cutter. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Sproat does have 73 strikeouts and right about 70 innings. 1-1 pitch, and Suarez swings and foul tips it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Suarez back in the lineup today. Got the day off yesterday after getting hit in the hand and kind of forcing him out of the game a little early in the series finale in Pittsburgh. 1-2 pitch. Way off the outside corner, breaking ball down and away, and there's no doubt that the Reds feel like they and Suarez dodged a huge bullet, that there was no structural damage to his hand after getting hit right on the hand, just below the wrist. 2-2 on Suarez. Sproat delivers. Check swing foul, and it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Suarez 4 for his last 13, 3 extra base hits in those 4 hits, 2 doubles and a homer. He has 4 RBIs. His next home run will tie him for 11th on the Reds' all-time list with Barry Larkin. 2-2. He goes the other way and pops it foul off the right. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Eugenio Suarez. If you're listening tonight on your car and truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Suarez lays off a breaking ball in the dirt. The count fills up 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 Reds. A Sal Stewart home run, his 16th of the year. RBI number 58 for Sal. Payoff pitch, Sproat to Suarez. Rounded sharply, but pulled foul. Cutter at 95, and Suarez turned on it, but yanked it foul.
I do like the way the Suarez is hanging in there, spoiling some good pitches. I'm not saying that he changes his attitude and really just wants to punch one into right field, but he's making contact, making the starter work. Always a good thing to do in the first inning.
Here's the payoff again, and again, Suarez spoils another one. Dribbles it foul, third base side. Not making it easy on Sproat. He's over 20 pitches in the inning, and you just can't do that much. We saw that with Nick Lodolo at a couple of innings over 20 pitches last night. He won long for the night. Now Suarez bounces it foul, chops it up the third base line. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes, and it's turning into a rather lengthy at bat with Sal Stewart here. So far 10 pitches in this at bat. .208, 8 home runs and 29 driven in, the numbers for Eugenio Suarez. Payoff pitch to Gito. And he worked the walk. Breaking ball misses down and away. And Suarez wins that battle. 2-out walk to Suarez brings up Nathaniel Lowe. I would probably expect that in this at bat, Nathaniel Lowe might find himself cheating for a fastball. Boy, wouldn't you like to see him guess right? Put his best swing on one of those.
Well, if he does, he'll probably drive it to left center field. That's where he really likes to deposit the fastballs.
And the pitch is a little bit low. Fastball 99. 1-0 the count on Nathaniel Lowe. In the midst of a pretty good home run drought right now. Hasn't homered since May the 29th against Atlanta. He's gone all June without one. Stuck on 9 home runs. 1-0 pitch. Swinging a soft bouncer foul up the first base line. 1 ball, 1 strike on the left-handed hitting Nathaniel Lowe. The home run by Stewart, the 14th that Brandon Sproat has allowed. He will give up some homers. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball sinking down and away from Nathaniel Lowe.
Interesting the way that Sproat is able to change speeds on his fastball. He throws one at 99. That sinker right there, he throws at 94. That's one of the philosophies the Brewers have, is that multiple fastballs and use them around different parts of the zone.
1-2 foul back. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Nathaniel Lowe.
And they do know they're pitching here.
Is a fastball like, so a cutter is a variation for most pitchers. A cutter is a variation of a fastball, just like a sinker is a fastball.
Yeah, but they go in different directions.
Right.
Those two.
Here's the 1-2, and Lowe goes the other way, foul off to the left side. Are the different variations of a fastball easier for a pitcher to learn than, say, a new breaking ball or a changeup or something like that?
You know, they call those pitches bridge pitches, because if you got a pitcher that throws a fastball and, say, a slider, and he's having a hard time with the slider, say, well, let's just tighten it up and make it a cutter instead.
1-2 on Nathaniel Lowe. He takes up and away. Fastball evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the Reds are making Sproat work a lot here in the first inning. This next pitch will be his 30th pitch of this first inning. On a hot day, that is far from insignificant. The 2-2. Swinging a bouncing ball down the first base line, but just foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Nathaniel Lowe. Sproat drafted a few times. First, he was drafted by the Rangers, a 7th-round selection out of Pace High School in the Panhandle of Florida. Then the Mets plucked him in the 3rd round in 2022 out of the University of Florida. Didn't sign then either. Sproat deals the 2-2 pitch, and it's hit in the air down the left field line. That's out of play. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Nathaniel Lowe.
Well, he must have been a very highly rated prospect over there when he was with the Mets, because he was traded last year in January for Freddie Peralta. And Peralta, one of the better pitchers in the league last year. So the Brewers picked the prospect, and they got a pretty good one.
2-2 on Lowe. Here comes. Runner goes. The pitch is outside, and the throw to second, and they got him.
Did he forget the count?
I think he might have. So Suarez caught stealing second, and that bails the Brewers out of this inning. 2-6 on the caught stealing, but
out toward the wall. He jumps and he made the catch. One of the great running catches at the wall you will ever see.
Corbin Carroll with a terrific rolling grab.
Sliding catch by the big 6'7" center fielder.
Alexander Wheels comes home on wood, and he is out at the plate.
No first baseman knows this ballpark better than Josh Naylor.
Well, he had to time that leap perfectly.
Great diving stop by Young.
Using that height to his advantage.
Gonna leap and he makes the catch. Diving catch by Shaw.
Out goes Lindor, and he makes the running catch.
Helps to have closing speed.
Diving play by McNeil. What a play.
Diving stop. Maidro to his feet. Oh, baby!
He caught it. What a great play.
That is a tremendous play by Ozzie Albies.
And he got it. They got him.
That was a terrific defensive play all the way around.
Nothing easy about this one.
And Nimmo cracks one out to right center field. Back to the warning track, takes a look, and it's out of here. 15th of his career, and he slams this one to deep right field. Back goes Cruz, back to the wall, and it's out of here. A grand slam for Brandon Nimmo. Brandon pulls one over the bag. That's going to go down the line. It hits
Just a little bit on to off the plate. Ball one. A slider that missed inside. Yelich, left-handed hitter in his 14th year as a major leaguer. And he looks at that one. It's quickly now 2-0. Louder pitching from that full windup, facing the home plate and rocking and firing. And that's on the outside corner strike. Little backdoor slider right there. The slider was really the pitch of choice for Louder in the first inning when he struck out the side. Got Yelich, Churio, and Terang all on the slider. Swing and a miss. Got a slider in on his hands, and he swung right over it. They have not yet thrown Christian Yelich a fastball. And a swing and a foul off to the left side. Yelich, pretty good major league career. 14 years, three-time All-Star. He won the MVP award in 2018. Came in second in 2019. Those are his first couple of years here with the Brewers. Swing and a miss. Got him on a slider down and in. Yelich has struck out twice. And that is 5 now for the Red starter, Rhett Louder.
I think that's the crazy part when you look at Yelich. He's got an MVP, was runner-up another time, and he's only been an All-Star 3 times.
Well, shortly after he had those 2 terrific years back-to-back, he sustained some major injuries. First pitch to Churio is down and away. Churio, they feel, might be the next one, will be a multi-year All-Star. Right off the outside corner. Looked good, but not enough. And it's a 2-ball, no-strike count to the young right-handed hitter. Had 9 home runs in the month of June. And that one's a strike. Churio waits, and that is just off the corner. It's ball 3. First 3-ball count of the night for the Red starter, Louder. Churio waits. 3-1 is strike 2. A little bit on across the knees. Churio didn't like it. He was out of the batter's box on his way to first base. Now he's going to take a long walk behind the umpire, ask for time.
Yeah, he thought that pitch was down. It looked like it might have been a little low. No challenge, though, from Churio.
When you say a little low nowadays, we're talking about the width of a nickel.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Here is the 3-2. On the outside corner, strike 3. Churio not happy. as he drags that wood on back to the Brewers dugout. And in fact, he turns around and has a couple of words to say to Mark Rippinger, the home plate umpire, on his way.
Yeah, I don't think the two of those guys are going to be exchanging Christmas cards this year.
So 2 out in the inning now for Lauder. Boy, he has completely owned the top 3 in this Brewer lineup. 5 up, 5 strikeouts, and that's not a strikeout. It's a first pitch line drive right into the glove.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
And he'll hit it in the hole. Tovar, a long throw from the outfield. Grass, they got him! Oh my goodness!
Cruz the other way to deep right center, the other way, and Kaiser leaps and makes a phenomenal catch up against the wall.
Shallow, trouble. Griffin makes the play. Connor Griffin. Tremendous play by the Pirates shortstop.
Leaping catch by Curtis Mead for the out. Snow cone in the webbing of the glove.
Line to center. Pete Crow Armstrong in. Slides and he makes the catch. Great play by Pete. The throw from Montgomery to second. Got him. What an arm from the rookie, Braden Montgomery. Slides and makes the catch. A dazzling effort again from Abreu and a tip of the cap from Sonny Gray.
One's driven out to right field. That takes Nimmo back to the wall. He makes the catch.
Who hit that wall hard, but he makes the play, and this one's over.
The Reds come to bat in the 4th inning. Tied with the Brewers, 1-1 our score. Eugenio Suarez leading things off against the right-hander Brandon Sproat. Suarez swings and fouls the first pitch into the net. Strike 1. Suarez drew a walk his first time up, then was caught trying to steal second base. And that was the final out of the Reds' first inning rally. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball foul, first base side. The count is 0-2 on Eugenio Suarez. Got it right off the very end of the bat. Suarez actually checking the end of the bat to see if he still had the whole thing there. Sproat's 0-2. And Suarez takes a ball. Breaking ball, didn't look like it missed by much. I guess it was a little low. Again, no challenge from Contreras, but he was getting ready to throw that ball around. But it was low. The 1-2. Swinging, that's fouled away at the plate. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Eugenio Suarez. Sproat back to work now as 1-2 pitch. And Suarez reaches out, hooks it foul into the second deck, deep down the left field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Suarez now wearing a protective guard over his left hand. 1-2 pitch, swinging and a miss. Got him the curveball away. Suarez strikes out. Sproat has 4. Let's pause for station identification. You're listening to the Reds Radio Network. Nathaniel Lowe is the batter. First pitch to Lowe is a fastball strike. 0-1 on Nathaniel Lowe. The 0-1. And Lowe goes the other way with a deep fly ball, twisting toward the corner, and it is a foul ball. Awfully close to home run distance there, but it ends up being a foul ball into the corner. Low out of the box, back in again. Now here he comes. Sproat to Lowe with the 0-2 pitch. And it's buried in the dirt. Good block. Not that you have to. There's nobody on base. One out. Reds and Brewers are even at a run apiece. And a check swing by Lowe on a breaking ball in the dirt. Didn't offer at it. Count is even 2-2. And Nathaniel Lowe trying to put together a pretty good at bat right here. He's worked it even. 2-2. Low and inside. Now the count runs full. So it is a pretty good at bat. Oh, bounced one to first his first time up. Sproat back home now with a payoff pitch. And Lowe twists one foul into the seats down the left field line. Outside it is very windy, and I know the roof is open and the outfield paneling is open, but the flags out in right center field are really whipping. But when you look down onto the field, there's no indication that there's a lot of wind on the field. Payoff pitch, and again Lowe fouls it back. Boy, Brandon Sproat's pitch count is getting elevated in a hurry. And it's because a lot of these Reds hitters are putting together some long and deep at bats against him. Fouling off a lot of pitches, making them work. Payoff pitch. And a swing and a miss. Down to the breaking ball, down and in. And Lowe strikes out. And now Sproat has struck out 4 of the last 5 that he's faced. Brings up Noelvi Marte. Marte singled in the second. First pitch to Noelvi Marte. Breaking ball spins in for a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Marte. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a miss. Fastball dipped right under the bat of Marte. It's a no ball, 2-strike count. Bases are empty with 2 away. Sproat back home now with the 0-2 pitch. And he buries a breaking ball in the dirt outside. Reds got on the board with an opposite field home run from Sal Stewart back in the first inning. Sproat threw over 30 pitches in the first. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss struck him out. Got him with a breaking ball away. Strikes out.
Yes, Scooter, you made the phrase, holy cow, popular. So at this time, Scooter, your friends have decided to present you with your own holy cow. You know, I'm not sure that was rehearsed beforehand.
Mariano Rivera, cutter man, what can you say? Because lefties had no chance against him. Randy Johnson. So all you want to do is try to make contact and put the ball in play. Don't get hit in the head and just try to pull it in play. Mr. Greg Maddux, another great teammate, great player. Hey, this is a beautiful card right here. This card tells you and lets you know that I got him. When you see that finish high, you know that he's in the books.
Oh, was that ball crushed?
Well, Hunter's not shy about swinging. You know that.
No.
Take 3 shots at it.
Yep.
Big swing. Hunter Goodman has put the Rockies ahead in this game. Wow. Way out of here. Disbelief.
3 out of the last 4 games, these boys have showed up for all 27 outs.
disbelief from Bonda, from the Twins, and from the fans.
That went into the third deck. It's 116 miles an hour.
I mean, that ball was clobbered.
Get an extra $1,000 off a sunroom with promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule an estimate online at championsaynow.com.
Brett Lauder is back to work. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning now. Game's tied at 1. Bottom of the fourth is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon. Four Roses, the mellow, balanced Kentucky classic that's crafted for those home run moments. Proud sponsor of the BCL Press Club, presented by Four Roses Bourbon. Enjoy responsibly. William Contreras to lead it off. Contreras, Bowers, and Mitchell. First pitch on the ground, rolled sharply through the hole on the left side, a base hit. So Contreras is on with a single to begin the Brewer fourth.
Well, Contreras tired of being behind in the count. He's seeing all the other Brewers up there where they're getting any kind of success against Brett Lauder. They're swinging early in the count. He is pounding the zone, and that's good. I mean, the alternative is not throwing strikes, right?
Right.
But you have to throw quality strikes.
Can't leave pitches in the middle of the plate. And the first pitch slider is taken for ball one inside, and it's 1-0 on Jake Bowers. Bowers singled and scored the Brewers' only run. They got jammed and muscled one into left field for the Brewers' first hit. All three of their hits in the second inning, when they strung three together, were all opposite field soft base hits. 1-0 pitch. And he goes the other way, hits this one hard toward the corner and left. Long run to the day. He won't get there. It's going to drop for a hit. He cuts it off on the bounce, gets it in quickly to Suarez at third. Contreras parks at second on the single to left by Jake Bowers.
I was watching Bowers take batting practice today, Tommy, and it seemed like 7 out of every 10 balls that he hit was going to left field.
So there's 2 on with nobody out, and now Garrett Mitchell. This is the same part of the lineup that gave Lauder trouble back in the second inning. They're up to their old tricks again. First 2 aboard with base hits. Signal given. Lauder hands together the belt. Eyeballs Contreras. Throws. Ground ball sharply hit past Suarez at third into left field. Up to third, Contreras. And the bases are loaded for the Brewers with nobody out in the fourth.
Or you talk about adjusting to a way the pitcher is pitching you. The Brewers do it right now. It's almost like they flipped the switch. And they said, all right, Brett Lauder, you're going to throw a lot of first pitch strikes. We're going to go up there swinging the bat.
You talk about an inside-out swing. Mitchell did a good job to keep his hands inside the baseball there and just slapped it through the vacated hole on the left side. You had the third baseman Suarez in tight, Ellie playing up the middle. So there was a huge hole over on that side of the infield, and they took advantage of it.
Well, it's one thing to adopt that strategy. It's a whole other thing to be able to do it.
Matt Tracy, the Reds acting pitching coach, out talking it over with Lauder. Bases are loaded with nobody out. Sal Frelick's at the plate. Frelick standing in with Contreras at third, Bowers at second, Mitchell at first. Lauder back out of the windup now. He's home with the first pitch to Frelick. And a little jam shot looper into left field, falling fair. Just inside the line, station to station for the Brewers. But Contreras will score, and the Brewers have taken a 2-1 lead. And they're still loaded with nobody out. That'll bring up the number 8 hitter and last night's hero, Joey Ortiz.
The Brewers have now had 7 hits in this ball game. I got to figure that only 5 of those We're not on the handle or on the end of the bat.
First pitch to Ortiz is low on the outside corner. Joey Ortiz has not had a good year offensively. He's only hitting 200. The home run that proved to be the game winner in the bottom of the 8th inning last night was only his second home run of the year. In fact, because he wasn't hitting, he lost his starting job at shortstop. Pitch. And for a strike, a fastball on the count is even 1 ball and 1 strike. He's in there at short tonight.
Well, he was at third base last night, and he made 2 defensive plays that really saved the game for the Brewers.
1 ball, 1 strike. Louder to the plate. Swinging a high chopper, right side, over Sal, into right field. That's a base hit, 1 home. Here comes a second to the plate. Throw home, not in time. Around to third base, Freeland. It's a 2-run single, a chopper right over the head of Sal Stewart, 4-1 Milwaukee. Still nobody out. And this is what the Brewers do. Death by 1,000 paper cuts, and this is paper cuts right here from the Brewers.
Boy, they do the little things and they play little ball, including hitting the ball just a little bit to get it into the outfield for base hits. Amazing what we're seeing here tonight. I mean, Contreras hit his ball very hard. I think Bowers hit it fairly hard, but everything else has been a high hopper or a bloop.
Now David Hamilton bunts right through it. Bunted it off of Jose Trevino, and Trevino kind of grimacing back there. Some pain.
Hamilton trying to do a little bit of a safety squeeze right there. And to do that, you want to butt it up the first baseline so that the runner at third gets a good view as to who's going to field it and whether he'll be able to make it home.
0-1 the count. First and third. Still nobody out in the inning. 3 runs home for the Brewers in the 4th. They lead at 4-1. Louder's pitch. It's bunted right in front of home plate. Trevino picks it up, throws to Arroyo, covering at first base to get the out. He looked first, down to third. Frelick was freezing. It'll still go as a sacrifice bunt. 2-4 down to first base. Now the Reds will kind of play the infield in a little bit. Suarez even with a bag, halfway in up the middle. And at first for Stewart. The pitch is in the dirt inside, ball 1.
One thing the Brewers did by laying that bunt down is that you stay away from a double play that kills the inning. Another attempt by Pat Murphy to do one more little thing to get one more run.
Louder to the plate with a 1-0 pitch off the outside corner, slider away. And it's a 2-ball, no strike count on Christian Yelich. Dangerous hitter, but he hasn't been very dangerous against the Reds this year. Reds have done an excellent job against him. Louder readies. Now here he comes with a 2-0 pitch to Yelich. Backdoor breaking ball just did stay off the outside corner. So Yelich ahead of the count, 3 balls, no strikes. Second and third, 1 out. The Brewers have scored 3 times in the 4th inning and have taken a 4-1 lead. Louder's 3-0, another backdoor breaking ball. This time it finds the edge for a strike called.
That is the pitch you throw when you know that the hitter's got the green light on a 3-0.
And you better believe Yelich is going to have a 3-0 green light. 3-1. Here it comes. Swinging a ground ball, foul, first base side. Count runs full. 3-2 on Yelich.
Well, Yelich has got that kind of a long swing. You know, he gets the outside pitch very well. Louder has got him 2 times in a row on strikeouts on a slider down and in. I'm thinking he's going right back to that same spot.
Here he comes with a 3-2 pitch outside of the slider. It hung away, and Yelich gave it a look, but checked his swing in time. That walk loads the bases. That is the first walk that Brett Louder has issued tonight. And now he'll deal with Jackson Chourio with the bases loaded. Chourio has struck out both times he's come up against Lauder tonight. Both times he's been caught looking. Lauder's first pitch. Chourio rips a line drive into left. That's a hit. Up with it, Bleday. He comes to the plate. The runner at third holds. But scoring from third is Freeland. Ortiz up 90 feet to third and Yelich into second.
Well, he got that one right down the middle of the plate right there, and that's a rare mistake by Lauder tonight. I say that. I mean, here's a guy that has given up now 8 hits on the ball game and 5 runs, but Chourio got one and he could not resist.
6th hit of the inning. Still
maybe 9
base
hits. I mean,
pitch way off the inside corner. 1-0. And the other part about it, Chris, they're all singles.
Yeah.
Every hit he's allowed is a single.
And I think 5 of the 6 in an opposite field.
Pitch is breaking ball down too low.
Which I'm not saying is luck. I'm saying it's a good bit of hitting.
Yeah.
It's kind of taking what the pitcher will give you.
Bingo. Okay, he's got it going tonight. We can't overswing. Swing easy. That's what they're doing. 2-0 on Bryce Terang. Changeup off the outside corner, 2-0.
And the Reds now have activity in the bullpen.
Caleb Ferguson begins throwing on a night where we talked about it would be good to get some length out of the starter. The Reds have the bullpen up and working with 1 out in the 4th inning. 4 runs home in the frame. Lauder's 3-0. And it's in there for a strike call. A fastball, and it's 3-1. And the way Lauder looked in that first inning, you thought, oh boy, this could be a fun night. It's a tough Brewers team. 3-1. Swinging a high pop foul left side. That's out of play.
You know, if you're not a strikeout pitcher, sometimes you think when you strike out the side of the first inning, it's a kiss of death.
He's retired the Brewers in order twice, in the first and the third. The Brewers aren't 20 games over 500 by accident. Full count, 3-2 on Bryce Terang. Here's the payoff. And he walked him, and Trevino says, no, that was strike 3. So let's see.
The catcher's down to the pitch.
Looked like a pretty good one at the knees on the inside corner. Paint. That was the detail brush. It is strike 3.
Pitches a strike. Cincinnati has 2 challenges remaining.
7th strikeout of the game for Lauder, but now the Brewers have batted around. William Contreras, who started it all, comes to the plate for the 2nd time.
Boy, that is a clutch pitch right there.
Reds catcher 71% this year on the ABS challenges. 71% success rate. First pitch in for a strike to Contreras. 0-1. Lauder's 0-1 pitch, and it's just off the outside corner. Lauder sets ready, and here he comes, the 1-1. Ground ball sharply hit right side. Arroyo bobbles, gathers, and throws in time to get Contreras. And the good news is, with Contreras running, you got a little.
And another towering home run. 445 for the 2nd day in a row.
That's a big boy home run.
Whoa. Gone! Opposite field, 2-run home run. Bryce Harper, the 9th inning magic, strikes again.
And what a job by Ian Seymour.
He had it all working today. He did not give up a hit. 7 strikeouts for Ian Seymour.
Got him. Wow. Chasing a pitch in the dirt. Imai with 10 strikeouts.
He moved through that lineup, allowing just 2 hits over 6, punching out 10.
Beautiful 2-hit shutout through 6.
Gonna go to the wall, and that baby's gone. And gone. He has hit that one out.
It's his first career 3-homer game.
Encantan los jugadores.
¿Te encanta el juego?
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
To 1 in favor of Milwaukee after the Brewers put up 4 in the 4th inning. Edwin Arroyo leads it off for the Redlegs. It'll be Arroyo, Jose Trevino, and TJ Friedl. Right-hander back to work, and Sproat's first pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1. It is a wild game, the sport of baseball. Now the 0-1 pitch, and Arroyo swings. Hits one in the air right field. Coming on in a hurry, Frelick. He lays out, makes the headlong diving catch. A diving, rolling catch by Sal Frelick on that fly ball to right by Arroyo, and a sinking fly ball at that. Kind of a low, soft line drive, but Frelick with a fine diving catch for the first out here in the 5th. You could ask who you felt like was dominating the first 3 innings of this game, and it really felt like it was the Reds. Jose Trevino takes a look at a breaking ball for a strike. Brandon Sproat has been very inconsistent with his command. His fastball's tough to hit, but the Reds have had some good swings against him. They've elevated his pitch count. Ground ball hit sharply, but right at third. Hamilton fields and throws out Trevino. 2 gone in the 5th. Meanwhile, on the other side, you have Rhett Lauder, who was seemingly throwing everything where he wanted. A lot of first pitch strikes. And the contact against him had been very soft. Well, the soft contact didn't really change. It was just well-placed soft contact for the Brewers in the 4th. Milwaukee ended up with 4 runs on 6 hits, all singles. All 9 of their hits have been singles against Red starter Rhett Lauder. TJ Friedl is in there for strike, and the count is 0-1. It is though they have an offensive cheat code and can just place the hits wherever they want them. Pitch is a fastball in off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. But like Chris alluded to, the Brewers just simply made the adjustment offensively against Lauder, and they did it masterfully. 1-1, swinging and a miss, a changeup, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. But you know what you don't see the Brewers do very often? You don't see them take out of control wild swings.
Exactly. You know, if there was a time of possession stat in baseball, they would be leading the universe. Because they always seem to be on the base with traffic.
1-2 pitch is down and away. And they haven't been very good over the last 11 days at hitting with runners in scoring position, but they've been so good on the whole this year that as bad as they have been, and make no mistake about it, they have been dreadful. Up until really today, for the last 2 weeks with runners in scoring position. But they are still 5th in baseball at batting average with runners in scoring position. The Brewers are a team that seems to value hits. Swinging a foul, first base side. They will still slug a little bit. They slug better than the Reds, even though the Reds have more home runs. But they'll also just take their singles and nickel and dime you. 2-2 on TJ Friedl. Here it comes. Swung on, broken bat pop up to the back edge of the infield dirt.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started to cook with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went to figure out what we're gonna call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother, so that's what legacy came in. And just remember that legacy catering is about people, and this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
And another towering home run. 445 for the second day in a row.
That's a big boy home run.
Whoa. Gone! Opposite field, 2-run home run. Bryce Harper, the 9th inning magic, strikes again.
And what a job by Ian Seymour.
He had it all working today. He did not give up a hit. 7 strikeouts for Ian Seymour.
Got him. Wow. Chasing a pitch in the dirt. Imai with 10 strikeouts.
He moved through that lineup, allowing just 2 hits over 6, punching out 10.
Beautiful 2-hit shutout through 6.
Gonna go to the wall, and that baby's gone. And gone. He has hit that one out.
It's his first career 3-homer game.
Enjoy Ohio River fireworks, family fun, and baseball with the Cincinnati Reds. Make an affordable summer road trip with deals and adventures across Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Plan your Reds, White, and Blue getaway at visitcincy.com.
Bowers leads it off. First ball swinging. Bowers sends one high, deep, left center field. Friedel back, gone. Home run, Jake Bowers. And there's the home run.
Yeah, they hit home runs too.
That's his 15th of the year. So it was the singles last inning. Now it's the homer. I will say the home runs are a little more efficient. Now Garrett Mitchell. Louder into his windup, brings it home. The pitch is up and away for ball 1. 1-0 on Garrett Mitchell. Swing and a miss. High slider. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Louder's back home with a 1-1. Fouled straight back, and Ferguson begins throwing again. I should say resumes throwing now in the Reds bullpen. It is 6-1 Milwaukee. Bowers scoring there on that home run has now scored 3 of their 6 runs, half of them. Pitch fouled back. Singled and scored their first run of the second. Came around after singling in the 4th, and now the home run here in the 5th. One and 2 on Mitchell. Louder turns it loose. Mitchell sends it foul and proceeds down the left field line. A ball and 2 strikes on Garrett Mitchell. We owe you a trivia question tonight. So let's have some fun with some trivia. 1976 Reds trivia, the topic this series. 1-2. Up and in. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. What member, Chris Welsh, of the 1976 Reds finished second to the Cubs' Bill Madlock for the National League batting championship? Mitchell takes strike 3 on a fastball.
Batter challenging the pitch.
He thought it was not. A, Ken Griffey, B, Joe Morgan, or C, Pete Rose. Strike 3. It did hit the outside corner.
Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
Brewers lose a challenge.
You know, I think, Tommy, the obvious choices there would be Pete Rose or Joe Morgan.
Correct.
But I'm going to go with Ken Griffey.
Okay. Care to elaborate? You
that was in when?
76?
Oh, maybe not 76. Okay. No.
Sal Frelick takes a fastball for a called strike. But that would make it a trivia. It's not much of a trivia question if it's Joe Morgan or Pete Rose. 0-1 on Frelick. Here's the 0-1 pitch, up too high. That's what would make it a trivia question. Who on that team, great team, finished second in the batting race? You want to say Joe Morgan or Pete Rose? It was actually, in this case, I think
Morgan was MVP that year, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he would be a good candidate then.
I'm still going to go with Ken Griffey.
Yeah, I am too. 2-1. Breaking ball down and in. 3 balls and 1 strike on Sal Frelick. I think we're using the same logic. It'll probably come back and bite us. But sure. 3 balls, 1 strike on Frelick. Lauder back into his windup. 3-1 pitch. Frelick swings, sends a high fly to medium depth right field. Noelvi Marte is right there. 2 outs. Let's pause again for ID on the Reds Radio Network. With Chris Welsh, I'm Tommy Thrar, on-site engineer Ryan Elliott. Sam Niger back at our network headquarters. He is our studio producer tonight, under the direction of Drew Westerheide. Swing and a miss and a slider down and away. The count is 0-1 on Joey Ortiz. The 0-1 pitch in there for a strike called. 0-2 now on Ortiz. Ortiz, a fielder's choice in the second, singled in the fourth. The pitch, swinging a soft chopper toward third. It's going to be a tough play. Suarez is going to let it roll, and it's going to roll all the way to the back. Stayed fair the whole way. That didn't move an inch.
It's like the Brewers can do no wrong tonight.
I can't remember an outing, and maybe I'm just, you feel free to set me straight here. And that's going to be it for Rhett Lauder. Terry Francona's on his way to the mound, and he's going to make a pitching change. So Lauder is going to exit in the 5th. But what I was going to say, Chris, is I can't remember an outing.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
He's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
Life insurance to investments, our one-on-one guidance is customized for your needs today and in the future. Western and Southern, life insurance, retirement, and investments. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
Ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind.
When your child needs care fast, but your regular doctor isn't available, trust the hometown team that knows kids best, Cincinnati Children's Urgent Care. Our pediatric experts care for newborns, kids, and teens, now with 6 convenient locations. Get lab tests and x-rays on the spot with results during your visit. And for minor illnesses and injuries, try virtual urgent care available 24/7 so you can get care without leaving home. Cincinnati Children's Urgent Care, here for every kid. Learn more at cincinnatichildrens.org/urgent.
Change left on left. Caleb Ferguson comes in the ball game to face the number 9 hitter David Hamilton.
Starts him with a strike. Now the 0-1 line drive right to Suarez at third. A soft line drive caught belt high, and the inning is.
Oh, I got Soto. All right.
Who? Austin Barnes. How do you like rings? Okay.
All right.
Young Jackson Holiday. Just wait.
Jackson Holiday's good.
Rick Cerrone, great hitting coach now.
Yeah, Tony Gwynn. All-star. That's good. That's
Spring
a good
break.
card.
Oh, these are like real ones.
There's gum in it.
87, baby. These are.
This gum's from 1987.
Actually from 87.
Go ahead. Take a piece of that's 1987.
Oh my God, that is gum.
It's gum.
I'm not taking a bite of it.
I'm not taking a bite of it either.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
Okay, I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
To lead things off against Brandon Sproat here in the Reds' 6th inning. Sproat's first pitch to Ellie is in for a strike. Changeup right in there, and it's 0-1 on De La Cruz. Top of the order. Ellie is followed by Stewart and Blade. Brandon Sproat's into his windup, and here comes the 0-1. And a curveball dives low. Talking earlier about Sproat in his draft. He was drafted 3 times. The Mets drafted him twice, the 3rd round in 2022. Then they got him around earlier the next year. Out of Florida, the 1-1. Blown away. What's funny about that to me is the Mets clearly wanted him. You draft a guy twice. It's a pretty good indication that you're pretty high on the fella. And then he gets to the big leagues with the Mets, and they turn around and trade him almost immediately after he got to the big leagues with them. 2-1 pitch. Ellie cranks it on a line into right center field. That is down and to the wall. It'll rattle around out there in center, and Ellie's going to coast into second base with a leadoff double here in the 6th. Well, he just buggy whipped that thing out into right center field.
Well, we keep talking about how great a fastball hitter Ellie is, and he got one right out over the center of the plate. You know, it might be that Sproat relaxing a little bit with a 5-run lead, throwing a little bit more fastballs. You lose your edge sometimes when you're given this many runs to work with.
Well, maybe the Reds can capitalize. Let's see. Here's Sal Stewart. You're really just a big hit or two away from being right back in this game. The pitch is way off the inside corner. Breaking ball in. Reds are down by 5. Sproat gets the sign, readies. And the right-hander's home with the 1-0 pitch. And Stewart watches a changeup dip down. 2 balls, no strikes on Sal Stewart. It'll laser out of here to right his first time up. Struck out looking in his last at bat. The 2-0 pitch, and he takes a strike. Cutter over the inner half, knee high, and the count's 2-1. Sproat only pitched in 4 games for the Mets last year. Here's the 2-1. And Stewart goes the other way again. Lines one into the gap in right center field, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. Ellie rounds third. He will score, and into second, Sal Stewart with an RBI double. His second RBI of the night. His 59th of the year.
Well, what a year that Sal Stewart is having. I mean, first time through the league. He's taking a look at all the pitchers really for only the first or second time, and he must have learned a little bit the last time that he faced Brandon Sproat, because he has taken him deep for a home run, and he rackets the one off the right field wall for a double.
Well, Chris Hook is on his way to the mound now. Hook has also been making pitching changes for the Brewers. This looks like this is just going to be a visit here. He is their pitching coach, but their manager Pat Murphy, who just a few days ago had major back surgery, he was under the knife for 2.5 hours, and then back in the dugout managing the next day. Not in the dugout, he was back in the tunnel, but still managing the team. So that's, and it looks like, I think he's back in the dugout today. I saw him down on the field before the game.
Indeed, I did see him on the field today. Yeah, guy's one tough hombre.
Yeah, I think he's still tucked back in the tunnel a little bit, but in the dugout, just not on the railing.
Got the look with the stern jaw.
Looks like a military man, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Ground ball foul, third base side by J.J. Bleday. 0-1 on Bleday.
Actually, you just feel the need to salute when he walks by.
Yeah, you kind of do, don't you? Stand at attention and salute. 0-1. Swinging, that's a tap foul off of the left side. Full of charisma, though, once you talk to anybody that knows him and gets to work with him on a daily basis. He's a pretty jovial guy. Oh, 0-2 on J.J. Bleday. Sproat ready at the belt. His 104th pitch of the night. Way inside, a curveball, a ball and 2 strikes on J.J. Bleday.
I think 25% of those came in the first inning.
More than.
Actually, they were
30%.
right. About 40% of those.
Ball and 2 strikes.
At that time, the Reds were looking good.
1-2 pitch. In the dirt inside again with another curveball. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. 6-2. Brewers have the lead. The Reds with a run home here in the 6th.
Get another run right here. You tighten the game up a little bit, and it takes a little different shape.
And you'd like to do it before the Brewers get an out in the inning.
Uh-huh.
Chase this starter, and then the reason for that, here's the 2-2 pitch to J.J. Bleday. Backdoor breaking ball, strike 3 called. That is the first out.
That is the kind of pitch you really can't do much about.
That's going to be it. Chris Hook out there. Pitching change coming here in the 6th inning after Brandon Sproat gets his 7th strikeout of the night. He will exit with a runner at second. His responsibility, and 1 out in the 6th. Brewers lead the Reds 6-2 on the Reds Radio Network.
You know, there are a few things in life you can always count on. Sunsets, potholes, trash trucks in your way when you're running late. And of course,
the first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, you know, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Jordan Lawler leads
off the bottom of the third. Reynaldo Lopez, first pitch swung on. That is hit high and deep to left field. It took a long time, but there's the first Major League home run for Jordan Lawler.
424 feet off the bat of Lawler.
And a no-doubter for him, a kid who was, what, 6th overall pick a few years ago. They had to find kind of a spot for him. He was a shortstop. They put him in the outfield, and nobody giving him any love after his first big league home run.
Congratulations, Jordan Lawler. That's number 1.
The series, and it'll be a right-hander, Chad Patrick. Game number 25 for Patrick, a guy that specializes really in throwing that cut fastball in there first, and then a couple of sliders and swerves and change-ups to match.
They will get Eugenio Suarez, the runner at second base, and 1 out in the 6th inning. I was saying earlier that you'd like to get into this Brewer bullpen before you get it out in the 6th inning. So it basically creates the effect of having to get an extra inning from the bullpen for Milwaukee. Here's the pitch to Eugenio Suarez. It's in there for a called strike. I would imagine with the Brewers leading 6-1, manager Pat Murphy having to go to his bullpen after 5 1/3 is still earlier than he would have hoped. Here's the 0-1. And Suarez takes outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, the problem when you're facing the Brewers, and if you don't get to their bullpen too early, or if they have the lead when they get to their real back-end bullpen guys, it gets awfully tough to score.
Patrick sets. Now the 1-1. And Suarez pops it up on the infield, right side. Handled by the first baseman, Bowers. He makes the catch. And that's the 2nd out of the 6th. At Kroger, an annual Boost membership saves you up to $1,100 a year with double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and member-exclusive savings. Sign up today at Kroger.com/boost. 2 down, and Nathaniel Loa. Patrick brings it home. And it's a cutter up and away for ball 1. 1-0 to count on Nathaniel Lowe. The Brewers plan on Lowe going the other way. That's how they play him in the outfield. Center fielder's a little offset toward left, straight away in left field. 1-0 pitch, and he swings and fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, he's a renowned hitter for hitting the fastball the other way and pulling the breaking ball. So if you see the defense shading you the other way, that means he's going to get a lot of fastballs in this at bat. And that's the one he just fouled back.
Now the 1-1. And he drives this deep down the left field line, slicing toward the corner. It has the distance, but it is foul.
You know, you would think because he hits the fastball the other way that he's just late on the fastball, but he told me in a couple of different conversations that he's done that his whole life. Even when he was down in Little League, he was a left-handed hitter, big, strong guy that would always hit the ball the other way.
A ball and 2 strikes. Patrick home, and it's a breaking ball in the dirt inside. You would think that that could make him a little tough to pitch against, because he's going to be ready for the breaking ball because he's planning to take the fastball the other way.
That's exactly right. It's almost like a 2-strike approach.
The 2-2. Stewart takes off for third, stays, and it's strike 3 called. Lowe caught watching. The inning is over.
Another breaking ball skied to left. And this ball is going to, it hit a bird.
You believe that?
Bird. I've never seen that.
Well, I've heard of birdies in golf. That's the first birdie I've seen in baseball.
Santana's probably thinking a bird in hand. That's the first of the 1987 season.
Now, representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, like, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Nationwide. Celebrate by shipping those rich, creamy, hand-packed pints anywhere in the country. Graders.com. Taste the greatest.
It is still Caleb Ferguson as the Brewers bat in the bottom of the 6th inning, leading the Reds 6-2. Ferguson's first pitch on the way, and it's a fastball that sinks low on the outside corner. 1-0 on Yelich. Top of the order for Milwaukee: Yelich, Churio, and Terang. Swinging a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Left-hander against left-hander here. Now the 1-1. Yelich got a piece of the breaking ball there, fouled it away. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer all season long. Every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter, Western and Southern makes a donation to support cancer research, education, and care in the greater Cincinnati area. When it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this together. Ferguson's 1-2. And Yelich takes strike 3. Fastball right over the outside corner, froze him. Yelich down on strikes, and there's 1 gone here in the Brewers 6th inning. Let's answer a trivia question.
All right.
It's 9 strikeouts by Reds pitching and Brewers hitters, but the Brewers are leading it 6-2. All right, the question was, where was it? Here it is. What member of the 1976 Reds finished second to the club's Bill Madlock for the National League's batting title? A, Ken Griffey. B, Joe Morgan. C, Pete Rose. Low and in. We both said B, Ken Griffey. 1-0 on Jackson Churio.
They probably all competed for the batting title.
Good bet.
Yeah.
Ferguson's 1-0. Low and inside. Fastball, and it's 1 ball, 1 actually 2 balls and no strikes. So let's see. We want to stay with Ken Griffey?
Indeed, yes.
It was A, Ken Griffey. Look at us. Think you can fool us?
I think there were a few naysayers out there.
In there for a strike with a 2-0 fastball, 2-1. Ken Griffey, right fielder Ken Griffey, finished the season with a .336 batting average, which was the 2nd highest batting average in the league behind Bill Madlock's .339 mark. Fouled back.
I was wondering, really, Tommy, if Ken Griffey Sr. was like George Foster, that if you didn't pick him in a trivia question answer, that he would come and beat you up. So I know George has threatened you before.
Yeah, George is. He doesn't.
I think he means it.
He might. He probably could too. Up and away, full count 3-2.
Probably could.
Well, it's also a good. I probably shouldn't have said that. Full count 3-2. Nobody on, 1 out. Payoff pitch, breaking ball down, and he didn't go. Churio able to lay off. He's aboard. It's a 1 out walk. So when I see you on the next road trip and I've got a black eye, just assume that
you play golf with George.
Assume our paths crossed. Churio on with one out. Here's Bryce Turang. Turang is 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Another left-on-left matchup. Ferguson brings it home, and the pitch in for a strike on a fastball. It is 0-1 on Bryce Turang. 0-1 the count. Ferguson with a high set, and the left-hander's home with the 0-1. Right over the outside corner, well thrown from Ferguson. It's a no-ball, 2-strike count on Bryce Turang. The Reds with more action in their bullpen. Julian Garcia starts to throw now behind the lefty Ferguson. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip, but Trevino couldn't squeeze it. Still 0-2. Brewers have won each of the first 4 meetings between these two teams. Oh, 2 pitch. Up and away. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Reds have gone just 18-44 against Milwaukee since the start of the 2022 season. Season series was pretty tight last year, especially here in Milwaukee. 1-2. Check swing down and away, and it's an even 2-ball, 2-strike count on Bryce Turang. Here comes Turang, lines one up the middle. That's into center field, a base hit. Churio up to second and holding on the 1-out single by Bryce Turang. And that'll be it for Ferguson. Terry Francona back to the mound. Another pitching change for the Reds here in the 6th inning. 2 on, 1 out. Brewers are leading it 6-2 here on the Reds Radio Network.
Celebrate this for.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. The Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one head for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that?
I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Julian Garcia comes into the ballgame. Our Wober's Mustard pitching change. A right-hander who is 31 years old, made his major league debut this year, born in Fort Collins, Colorado. And the Phillies got him in the 10th round originally in 2016 out of Metropolitan State University in Denver. So he's in the ballgame. This will be his 3rd appearance for the Reds this year.
They will get William Contreras. There are 2 on with 1 out. Garcia will face Contreras, right-hander against right-hander. Contreras 1 for 3, couple of ground outs, a single and a run scored. The pitch, Contreras swings and fouls away the breaking ball, strike one.
You know, this is not a blowout game and a mop-up situation for Garcia at all. This is a situation where he's got a really good breaking ball, and if he can get that thing down, Contreras will roll it over, and you get out of this inning with a double play.
That would be glorious. Garcia is home with the 0-1. Fastball way high. Garcia well traveled. Baseball journey started back in his Metro State, swinging a foul back. Metro State, a small Division II school.
Well, he loves his slider. He did throw a high fastball out of the zone to Contreras here, but almost a cinch that he's going to throw the next couple of pitches sliders and hope that Contreras goes to chase him.
And the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball. There's your double play ball.
Thank you very much.
To Arroyo. To Stewart. Double play. 6-4-3.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
Well, Chad Patrick on the mound again as we go to the top of the 7th inning. It'll be the bottom part of the lineup for the Reds. Noelvi Marte, Edwin Arroyo, Jose Trevino, and TJ Friedel. So the bottom 4 ready to go. And here is Noelvi Marte. He's got a base hit, one of the 4 the Reds have had tonight. Patrick delivers, and Marte swings and pops it up in the infield, foul territory. First baseman will take care of that. Jake Bowers comes over and puts it away. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Chad Patrick here in the 7th inning. Patrick is another really example of the Brewers being able to find kind of a diamond in the rough. He was never really a celebrated prospect, but he has come on to be a very valuable member of their bullpen, even sometimes a starter. Now Arroyo takes a strike on the outside corner. That's a strike. That's a fastball. Patrick is from Crown Point, Indiana, and did his college work at Purdue. And that's outside, ball 1. Actually make it Purdue University Northwest, a Division II school. 4th round pick, 2021 by the Diamondbacks. 1 ball, 1 strike to Arroyo, and it's a little bit low, 2-1. Reds 2 runs on 4 hits. The Brewers 6 runs on 12 hits. No errors in this ball game. Swung on by Arroyo, rip but foul. That'll go into the netting down the right side. Boy, you're just trying to crash and claw your way back into this ball game. 4 runs down to the Brewers at home seemed like a lot more. Arroyo awaits. Patrick delivers off speed, lifted into center field, hit well, but that'll only go to the warning track. And Garrett Mitchell puts it away for the second out of the inning. The Brewers have had 3 1-2-3 innings against the Reds tonight. They've got 2 outs here in the 7th. Jose Trevino takes it inside off the plate, ball 1. Trevino and then Friedel. A little bit of activity. It looks like a left-hander up in the bullpen for the Brewers. And the pitch is outside on the corner. That's a strike. Looked like it was bending away from the plate a little bit, but Mark Rippinger liked it. So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count to the Reds catcher Trevino. And on the corner, that's a sizzling fastball, strike 2. Patrick pitches from the stretch, holds right down near the waist, and the 1-2 is swung on, popped up into center field. That'll send the center fielder to the warning track almost.
They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice easy feed.
Oh, no, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
Uh-oh. The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
And he'll hit it in the hole. Tovar, a long throw from the outfield. Grass, they got him. Oh, my goodness.
Cruz the other way to deep right center the other way. And Kaiser leaps and makes a phenomenal catch up against the wall.
Shallow, trouble. Griffin makes the play. Connor Griffin. Tremendous play by the Pirates shortstop.
Leaping catch by Curtis Mead for the out. Snow cone in the webbing of the glove.
Line to center. Pete Crow Armstrong in. Slides and he makes the catch. Great play by Pete. The throw from Montgomery to second. Got him. What an arm from the rookie, Braden Montgomery. Lines and makes the catch. A dazzling effort again from Abreu and a tip of the cap from Sonny Gray.
One's driven out to right field. That takes Nimmo back to the wall. He makes the catch.
Hit that wall hard, but he makes the play, and this one's over.
Glazers, don't miss your shot at big money and full benefits in a construction apprenticeship. Are you ready to build your future? Start your application today at OhioConstructionTrades.com.
Fuel up at Ralph's American Grill, home of burgers that don't mess around. Barbecue bacon, black and blue, stacked, loaded, and built to satisfy. Or step up to the Big Rig Challenge, 6 patties, loaded fries, and a milkshake in 45 minutes. Visit Ralph's Grill.
It is 6-2 Brewers. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Jake Bowers who will lead it off for the Brewers. He's the only one of the Brewers that has left the yard tonight. Got a home run his last time up. You may not remember this, kind of an under the radar signing, swings and fouls it back. The Reds signed Bowers back when he was 26 years old in the winter of 2021-22. He'd already been pretty well traveled. He had been with the Padres, the Rays, the Indians, now Guardians, Seattle Mariners. Swung on and fouls this one back, and he's down 0-2. But the Reds liked him. He could play first base. He played a little bit of corner outfields. One time he was a big prospect. He went down and played in Louisville, where he only batted about 135. And strike 3 to Bowers. And the Louisville story was rather short because in June they traded him to the Yankees, where he played in Scranton Wilkes-Barre, and that was the very short time that he was with the Cincinnati Reds organization. He is the first out of the inning on a strikeout, and Garcia's got his first strikeout. Now Garrett Mitchell, left-handed hitter, and a pitcher strike on the outside corner. You know, the one thing the Brewers can really do is they can change their lineup almost like a chameleon. They've got 6 lefties in the lineup tonight against a right-handed starter. Swing and a miss at the plate. It's 0-2. I thought he had a little foul tip on that one, but Trevino held on. That's pretty good roster design when you give your manager that much flexibility. Up and away, that's a ball. Mitchell, a couple of hits, a strikeout, and a check swing at the plate. He went for sure, and that's another strikeout. Back-to-back punch outs now for Julian Garcia.
Nice bounce back outing here for Garcia.
Well, I mean, it's such a good story, heartwarming story for Garcia. Makes his major league debut at age 31. Been a decade in the minor leagues, strike right there. Bouncing around the independent leagues, multiple organizations. Talk about perseverance. And swung on, hit well. That one is down the right field line. That is off the wall. Fielded by Marte. He'll get it into second base, and it will be a stand-up double for Sal Frelick.
Yeah, you talk about the journey for Garcia. There's not much of this country that Garcia hasn't seen playing baseball.
Well, that means probably, you know, based on the fact that he was in the minor leagues so long in the independent leagues, that he saw it through a window of a bus.
Yes, he did. I can promise you that.
Now Joey Ortiz. Ortiz had the home run last night, and a good-looking breaking ball. That's a strike.
Crisscrossing the nation on the buses in the American Association can teach you to sleep anywhere.
Pitch a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Joey Ortiz.
There are plenty of times in that league you get your sleep overnight on the bus.
I remember being on some bus rides where the players would get up into luggage racks.
Oh, yeah.
And try to sleep up there.
Seen that. Sleep in the aisles.
1-1 is a little bit low. 2-1.
Hope you don't have to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom.
You're climbing like Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, you're climbing over the backs of the seats with your hands up on the luggage rack railings. You got to have some agility and some athleticism.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. And then you get all the way back there only to find the bathroom occupied.
Or somebody sleeping in front of the door and you can't open it. That's fun too.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a swing and a foul straight back. I always liked it when the bus driver, some of the players would yell, "Hey, Bussy, pull over." And the bus driver would get on the intercom and say, "Don't call me Bussy." And then the entire bus would call him Bussy.
Of course.
For the rest of the trip.
That doesn't go over well.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Joey Ortiz awaits, and a breaking ball, and he fouls it straight back.
Did you ever have any really bad bus drivers?
We had one actually in the major leagues. We used to bus from Philadelphia to New York, I believe it was. And we had a guy who didn't want to be called Bussy, and he told us that. And then he would sing.
Oh, no.
There's an old song, "The Trailers for Sale or Rent."
Uh-huh, yeah.
And he would sing that over and over. Foul straight back.
Like into the microphone for
right
the whole
into
bus?
the mic.
Why? Just because he didn't like you guys?
I don't know. He asked us if we wanted to hear him sing, and we all said no, and then he started to sing. Oh.
That's great. That was long before noise-canceling headphones, too.
You're right. The 2-2 again is a swing and a miss, and he's got a strikeout. Julian Garcia.
I was in AAA, and right before the game, they said, no, you gotta stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car, and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
Ashcraft with 10 strikeouts and no walks.
And he was as sharp as can be. Slider, curveball, fastball, a couple change-up, splits mixed in there. Everything was working for Braxton Ashcraft this evening.
Mookie Betts to start the second for the Dodgers against Joe Ryan. Drives this ball to deep left center field. Larnach going back at the track at the wall. Goodbye. 399 feet, 300 home runs for Mookie Betts' career. That is incredible. His 4th career pinch hit home run. And the Cardiac Kids come back again.
This is the man of the hour right there, number 7, Dansby Swanson. What a day.
Dansby Swanson, the first player in Cubs franchise history with 3 straight 4+ RBI games.
It is out of here! And this game is over!
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, a new left-hander on the mound for the Brewers. He'll be a big guy, 6'5", 245-pounder, Jared Koenig. Koenig comes into this ball game. He is from San Jose, California. And he'll take the mound to pitch to the bottom of the Reds' order. Looks like a pinch hitter up here as we start the 8th inning.
That pinch hitter is Matt McLain. So McLain will lead it off for the Reds here in the 8th. First pitch fastball at the top of the zone for a called strike. McLain hitting for TJ Friedel, and it begs the question, will he stay in the game and play center field? You may be thinking, what? 1 pitch. A changeup. This is high. But McLain has been taking some fly balls out there.
And the Reds are down 2 center fielders.
So he might be the guy. 1 ball, 1 strike on McLain. Koenig throws, and the pitch in for a strike. One ball and 2 strikes on Matt McLain. Koenig to the plate, and that's fouled back. Reds are down 6-2. We're in the 8th inning. Second game of this 3-game get-together. Koenig hands together at the belt. Now the 1-2, and McLain takes a breaking ball that dives low and inside.
You know, Koenig's story is a lot like Julian Garcia. He was undrafted out of college, went to 4 different colleges, played independent ball, and here he is in the major leagues.
2-2. And it's swung on, popped high into the air, foul, right side, out of play. When you start off your career in college as a journeyman, you are kind of destined to be a journeyman at that point, aren't you?
Well, he started his college career at California State in Monterey Bay. Probably a nice looking place. Then Central Arizona College.
1-2. And that's low. Where is Central Arizona? Besides,
right smack in the center, I imagine.
Yeah, thanks. That helps.
And then he finished it at Old Dominion.
Well, there you go.
So he saw a little bit of the United States as well.
Payoff pitch. And McLean goes the other way. Fly ball in the air to right. There is Sal Frelick coming on to make the catch. Matt McLean is the first out here in the Reds' 8th inning. You know what you learn by seeing all those cities throughout America on the buses? You realize, well, I can cross a lot of places off the list that I don't need to come back to. Here's Ellie De La Cruz.
So you're not the kind of guy to do the Route 66 drive?
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Ellie takes the first pitch cutter.
That'd actually be a pretty good.
There's some cool cities along there.
Cool little stretch to have some independent league baseball teams.
Actually, that would be a great league. The Route 66 league. Swing and a miss by Ellie. Change up. Think about that. Does it get more American than that? That'd be pretty neat.
Let's go out to lunch and talk about that.
Okay, let's do that. We'll draw it up. You can be commissioner. Swing and a miss and a change up. The count is 1-2.
We'll go to the Cowboy for financing. It'll all be great.
Perfect. Yeah, I think we got a pretty good start. You could just ask your friend, your digital friend there, to help fill in some of the gaps. 1 ball and 2 strikes on De La Cruz. Nobody on, 1 man out. And the 1-2. Ellie hits it sharply through the right side of the infield. He's on for the 2nd time tonight. A double and a run scored for Ellie in the 6th, and now a base hit here in the 8th inning. And he's starting to heat up. He's now hit safely in his last 3 games, including that home run yesterday. And now Sal Stewart, who's hit the ball well a couple of times tonight.
You know, he knows that the Brewers like to throw him a lot of off-speed stuff. He waited and waited on that pitch and just took it right to right field.
Clearly, William Contreras said something to Ellie after he hit it, because Ellie looked back at him with a big smile on his face. First pitch to Sal Stewart is low and inside for ball 1. One thing you can say about Ellie, well, there's a lot you can say about him. But one thing is, he just always looks like he is having fun playing the game of baseball. He's fun to watch play the game because he's having fun playing the game. Sal takes a look at a fastball at the knees for a called strike. The count is even 1-1. Of course, it's really easy to have fun at something that you're really good at. And he is really good at it. The 1-1. And Sal takes upstairs, so he thinks. William Contreras doesn't.
The catch is challenging the pitch.
So let's see. Brewers only have 1 left. And they still have 1 left.
Ball and strike. Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
Turns out it shaved the outside corner.
Literally shaves.
A ball and 2 strikes. Sal hits it on the ground, right to the shortstop. Chance for 2. Ortiz to Terang, around to Bowers. Got him, double play. 6-4-3, inning-ending double play in the Reds' 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Brewers up 6-2.
Homered in the first, his 3rd leadoff home run of the postseason.
Oh my goodness! Shohei Ohtani! Wow! Up and over the roof! A majestic blast! Ohtani dropped jaws everywhere! And it's 4-0 Dodgers!
117 off the bat, 469 feet. He is the first Dodger to ever have 2 multi-home run games in the same postseason.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
And see how easy selling your home can be.
6-2. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. David Hamilton swings and fouls it back. Strike one, 0-1 on David Hamilton. It is 9-1-2 for the Brewers here in the home half of the 8th. And Matt McLain does stay in the game and plays center field. The 0-1 pitch off the inside corner, breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. So we'll see how that goes for McLain out there. A little bit of trial by fire, kind of learning on the fly, on the job training, I guess. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Slider away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2. Check swing. Did he go? Breaking ball down. They ask at third. No. And Bellino says he didn't go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McLain, though, great athlete, so I would imagine he will take to center field quite well. Ground ball rolled to first, gloved by Sal Stewart. Somewhat of an adventure. He'll take it onto the bag for the out. So there's 1 out here in the 8th inning, and now back to the top of the order, and Christian Yelich. It is still Garcia out there on the mound, by the way, for the Reds. Julian Garcia came in, got the inning-ending double play in the 6th. Gave up a 2-out double, but struck out 3 in the 7th. Now the pitch to Yelich is off the outside corner. Count is 1-0. Garcia gets the sign, sets, and here's his 1-0. Yelich takes off the outside corner. You and I were looking at the American Association as a league, and a few of those teams are holdovers from when it was called the Northern League. You've got to love baseball if you're playing in that league.
You got to have a good bus driver.
2-0 pitch. You don't always have a good bus driver in that league. Up
Maybe
and away,
with
3-0.
Maybe with some new tires, too.
We had a bus driver, I think, hit 3 things on one trip. A couple cars, backed the van into a hotel. 3-0 pitch. Yelich takes a strike. Almost merged into a semi. No big deal.
You probably shouldn't have been watching out the windshield.
He should have been. Yelich hits a fly ball to left. There's Blade moving that way towards center to make the catch. And Yelich is the second out here in the 8th inning. We have some adventures now on the bus. There's a Kenny Chesney song sings about seeing the world through a bus windshield.
Yeah.
I find that song pretty relatable. And so too would Julian Garcia. Jackson Churio takes a first pitch breaking ball in there for a strike. The count is 0-1.
When I was with the Rangers, we got picked up and we're getting into Boston. And at Logan Airport, I guess it was a overhang that the bus driver thought he could get under.
Oops. Ripped to left by Churio, deep and gone into the Brewer bullpen.
He's having a pretty good night after striking out the first 2 times up.
Well, he can forget about the strikeouts now. He's been on his last 3 times up. That home run for Churio is his 12th of the year. 7-2.
He was the guy that was so angry at the home plate umpire after the second strikeout.
Well, maybe we can blame Mark Ripperger for making him mad. course, that's a breaking ball down the middle. Curio did what you're supposed to.
Actually, even better than the middle was kind of inside third, thigh high. It's kind of pitchy. You can just open your hips and unload on.
First pitch fastball taken for a ball. So the bus driver backed into the airport?
No, he didn't back in. We were all on the bus, and he's getting ready to go, and we're coming around his curve, and there was a big overhang, and maybe he misread the height.
Fly ball, center field.
Pulled under.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
And that'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
Looking for the best team in the American League? You got to go to Tampa.
And the Rays have won another.
The Rays are cooking, and they're doing it with their own special recipe. It starts on the mound where Drew Rasmussen, Steven Matz, Nick Martinez, and Big Mac Shane McClanahan are holding it down.
And a quick swing and miss. He got him with the hard stuff.
This rotation is just suffocating opposing hitters, pitching to a sub-3 ERA backed by a lights-out bullpen. At the disc, Junior Caminero is proving he's an elite middle-of-the-order masher.
And that one's gonna go. Home run, Caminero.
And don't sleep on Jonathan Aranda and Yandy Diaz bats either. Those three have combined to drive in more than 90 runs already this season. Playing in the same division as the Yankees, Tampa will need to maintain their momentum. Maybe even kick it up a notch. But this season's Rays seem to be up to any challenge.
The Brewers go to the bullpen. They will bring in a right-hander out of the bullpen, Grant Anderson. For Anderson, it is the 32nd game, I was going to say. He's been in a lot of ball games. Earned run average at 3.5.
Comes home with the first pitch to J.J. Bleday and a breaking ball. Spins in for strike one. 7-2, Brewers have the lead. Reds now in danger of dropping their third straight. Bleday swings and sends one in the air, short left center. Here comes the Brewers center fielder Garrett Mitchell to make the running catch, and that's the first out in the Reds' ninth. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds. Now Eugenio Suarez. A walk, strikeout, and a pop out to second. Anderson's pitch in for a strike. And the count is 0-1. Tomorrow, Andrew Abbott takes on Shane Drowan. Battle of left-handers, 8:10 beginning. Cincinnati time. We're on the air at 7:40. And then a 2:10 start on Thursday afternoon. Should be a great pitching matchup. That's got a chance to be fun. Chase Burns and Jacob Mizraowski. Tomorrow could be a good one, too. 0-1. Suarez fouls it away off the right.
Have you noticed in this series that we've had lefty versus lefty, righty versus righty, tomorrow lefty versus lefty, and then righty and righty on the last day?
I have. That's interesting. Yeah. What do you make of that? Your deep insight.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow's ball game a lot more than tonight's.
Strike three call over the outside corner. Count is 0-2. So 2 away. And now Nathaniel Lowe will be the batter. Low up there with nobody on and 2 out. Anderson to the plate. Low swings right over the top of a disappearing breaking ball. Strike one.
He comes from down around Laredo almost, Anderson does. Not quite sidearm, but very close to it.
0-1, swing and a miss, and now it's 0-2 on Nathaniel Lowe. Ivan Johnson's moved out on deck. Part of the roster moves the Reds made today. If he gets in, it will be his major league debut. Anderson through the signs, readies, and here he comes. 0-2 to Lowe. Swinging a line drive past the first baseman Bowers, down into the right field corner. Extra bases for Nathaniel Lowe, and he will go coasting into second base with a 2-out double. Boy, really nice piece of hitting there on a breaking ball down and in, and he turned on it and whistled it into the right field corner. And now here's Ivan Johnson, rather, making his major league debut. So Johnson hitting .290 this year in 55 games with AAA Louisville. Now getting a crack at the big leagues after the injury to Dane Myers last night after crashing into the left center field wall. He's got his family in town. His wife and the girls are here. So they are cheering him on.
And he has been at every stop the Reds have. Greenville, Daytona, Dayton, Chattanooga, Louisville, and finally tonight, Cincinnati.
Here's the first pitch to him. And it's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. Originally a 4th-round pick of the Reds in 2019. Began his major league or his professional career as an infielder. Now he's seeing more time in the outfield. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball from Grant Anderson. Ivan Johnson down, no balls and 2 strikes. Was in camp with the Reds this year as a non-roster invitee. Participated for Great Britain in the World Baseball Classic this year. 0-2 on Ivan Johnson. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging and a foul tip. Contreras holds on to strike 3. That's all Reds fall. Brewers beat the Reds tonight 7-2 here in Milwaukee. We're back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.